A fairly significant increase in new listings this week and an early look at the market's impact on home prices. That's what we're covering in this week's report. As always, thanks for taking a few minutes to join us for our weekly look at real-time market insights into our local housing market. My name is Scott Parker. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing here at John Green Realtor, and we're going to get into this week's findings right now. New listings for the 4 counties we track, a big uptick in listings, which mirrors what we usually see the first week of March, as you can kind of see from the previous 2 years of data there. But for the second week in a row, our delta from last year to this year doubled to about 20% off. So we had been about 10% off from 2022 to this year, all the way through that third week of February. And now we're starting to see that delta climb a little bit. So we're going to continue to watch that closely here in the upcoming weeks. Under contract activity, a slight uptick from last week, but it's important to note that last week's new listing activity was way down. So buyers had slim pickings last week. So with the uptick this week, we'll pay close attention to what happens with contracts in this upcoming week. And we should see a spike. Otherwise, we'll have some more data to interpret about the overall state of the market. Here's showing activity. And this graph gives us the best forward-looking indicator of where the market's going, because those showings are going to turn into contracts here in the upcoming weeks and months. Those are active buyers. And remember, last week we saw this dip and it felt a little wonky, and it appears it was. So you can see the data corrected itself and we were trailing last year by just a bit. That makes sense to us with inventory being off by 20% these past 2 weeks. Here's off-market activity. So this represents those active listings that came off the market without a successful sale. So pretty steady week over week, even as the calendar turned to a new month, which is the big uptick you see in the past 2 years worth of data. So still nothing crazy here to report. Under contracts versus new listings. So this and the next graph are going to give us a feel for market balance. So a slight uptick in contract activity and a decent spike in new listings means that this metric fell a little bit. And then when we add in our off-market activity, we get a full picture for what came on versus what left. And you can kind of see the same trend here, falling a little bit to just over 100%. All right, so let's talk about how all of this is impacting pricing. So here's Naperville, which is a great proxy for our overall market. And we're looking at median price, which is a good real-time indicator because sellers and their agents choose their listing price based on the real-time data and feedback they're getting from the market. So, and as you can see, we always see the median list price fall through the third and fourth quarter, excluding that 2020 outlier. And we really saw prices fall off at the end of last year. The question was, with rising interest rates and affordability coming into question, would we see a rebound in quarter one of this year like we typically do? And the answer so far has been unequivocally yes. In fact, look at the 7-day average and you can see that sellers are adjusting prices up as they watch homes in their area go under contract quickly and oftentimes in multiple offers. So while the median list price is off from its peak last year, prices are not only holding up, but they are on the rise. And if we look a little bit deeper here, we'll go into some of the quartiling of price segments. And you can even see it's actually the top half of the market that's seeing the largest price gains. So pricing holding up from entry level all the way up through the luxury segment. So to recap, those median list prices are not only holding up, but are on the rise. And we had a bump in inventory this week. So the big question is, will it lead to a bump in contract activity this upcoming week? That's what we're going to be watching. So we shall see. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again here next week for another update.